Tonight, there are reports the Attorney General has told federal prosecutors to consider charging violent protesters with conspiring to overthrow our government. Wall Street Journal was first to report that Bill Barr, quote, encouraged the prosecutors to seek a number of federal charges, including under a rarely used sedition law, even when state charges could apply. Back with us tonight, Frank Figliuzzi, former FBI Assistant Director for Counterintelligence. He's the author of the upcoming book, The FBI Way, Inside the Bureau's Code of Excellence. Frank, thank you for this lightning round. Our last segment went long. We have 2 minutes. I have two questions. Number one, when does this kind of talk run up against the First Amendment?
Sedition is a very serious felony, up to 20 years in prison for that federally. And so it's very difficult to execute a sedition prosecution because of that very reason. You can talk violence, you can talk about how you hate the government, how you'd like to do something about it, but you've got to demonstrate to prosecute that these guys, two or more people, decided that they wanted to execute violence that night in this way against this government or against this law execution and action in a state or federal situation. Very difficult to prove. When it was most used, most recently, in a case that I was involved in, Ohio and Michigan, it failed in federal court because it's difficult to prove. What this really tells us, Brian, is that this Attorney General and this President are looking to use the federal law enforcement authority as the primary authority on the ground in states and cities, and people should be very, very concerned that the feds want to be their go-to law enforcement agency.
I want to hear what you think is up with Attorney General Barr, because this is just breaking as you came on. Barr gave a speech tonight saying the Department of Justice recently acted more like a trade association for federal prosecutors. Too much deference is given to career prosecutors, he said, rather than to politically appointed leaders who can be held accountable at the ballot box. The notion that line prosecutors should make the final decisions with the Department of Justice is completely wrong, he says. Of course, he now returns to the Durham investigation. But this will send parts of DOJ on its ear, Frank. What is going on?
This is the politicizing of justice, right? What he's saying is, I, the politician, the political appointee, I need to make all the prosecutive calls. This is dangerous stuff that happens in communist countries, in third world countries. What he's saying is those values that the career professionals swear an oath to uphold, rule of law, the Constitution, that's out the window. It's about what a president wants at that given time, and I'm the guy who makes those calls. He's telling us where this is going over the next couple of months, Brian. He's telling us he's all in for Trump and not in for the Constitution and the rule of law.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.